What's going on, guys? I hope you're having a great week. It's your boy, Power Hunter Chris, coming at you with another video. There's a lot of speculation going around. People thinking it is the end of Sanji. I'm not sure why people think that. Well, I mean, as we all know, Oda pretty much confirmed, or did he confirm, or he hinted at, like, not all the Straw Hats are gonna make it to the end of the end of One Piece. So a lot of people are thinking, this might be the end for Sanji. I don't know what made him think that. I don't know what indicated, what made him think that in the last chapter. But if we think about Sanji's character, right, like every arc, right, I feel like Sanji's just not respected enough as a character because every arc Sanji does something that really benefit the crew, or mainly every arc. Like if we think about, like, let's say like Alabasta, he did the whole Mr. Prince thing and he got, saved the rest of the Straw Hats. And then we think about Water 7, he's the one that opened up the gate to allow the vortex, of the ships and allow the Straw Hats to escape. And then there is, saving Luffy during the whole Cake Island arc. So, I mean, I just feel like, Sanji's a guy who has done a lot, but a lot of people, tend to forget that time to time. But it's crazy because whenever it comes to Zoro versus Sanji, there's so much hate for Sanji. In my opinion, I don't think he's as strong as Zoro, but I don't understand the hate for Sanji. It's just ridiculous, and they just bash him to a pulp. But anyways, but the purpose of this video, right, is to give you guys what I believe, my thought about the whole situation. I do like Sanji as a character. I honestly think he is very, if it wasn't for his whole woman fetish thing, I honestly think he'd be, one of my top 3 characters in the whole One Piece arc. Because as I was mentioning earlier, he is a very smart character. Not only is he very strong, but he's very smart, and he uses an intellect and helps the Straw Hats get out of tough situations, whether they know it or not. And the way Oda, portrays him with Zoro, right? It's always a yin versus yang situation, and Zoro's the yang and Sanji's the yang, and vice versa. There's always the contrast, the good to the evil, that type of thing. So, yeah, but in terms of Sanji as a whole, if we were to, take out the woman part, the fact that he loves women so much, if we were to just minimize that down in Sanji's personality, I'd honestly say, he'd be easily top 5 character for sure. For sure. Like what other character's gonna beat him? Maybe Law. I really mess with Law heavy. I love Law. That's one of my dudes. So I mean, I love Zoro too, but it's like Zoro is all brute strength, and Sanji is strength combined with an intellect. You know what I'm saying? But Zoro's fights are also cool too. But I'm not saying I don't love Zoro. Obviously I do. But I just think some respect needs to be put on Sanji's name. But I don't have a problem with Sanji. I understand. People are gonna have. I understand where Oda's coming from. That there's always got to be that one person that has that weird woman fetish, right? They just can't get away from women. It's always going to be that one character in an anime, and that just happened to be Sanji, which sucks because Sanji is one of the could have been one of the best characters in my opinion. But yeah, so let's get into the meat of this video. So as you guys know, Sanji's whole character, right, is that he said he'll never lay his hand on a woman, right? He'll never hit a woman, he'll never touch a woman in that regard, right? So literally, the woman can be evil, right? Evil to the core. And there could be so many things wrong with her, but he will still not lay a hand on a woman, and that is just in his DNA now. Like, he cannot raise the leg against a woman. Now, I'm not sure if he would be able to attack Big Mom. I know Big Mom's a woman. I'm not sure if she would be the exception though, because I could have sworn Sanjay did like a Diablo Jambe to Big Mom. But I mean, and But again, he did just block her. I don't know. I don't know if Big Mom would be like the exception there, because like at that point it's like, dude, she's kind of not. I mean, she's a woman, but it's like she's kind of not. But she's kind of just borderline woman, and what the heck is that? That type of deal. So I don't know if he would break that rule for Big Mom. If he was in the battle with Zoro, Luffy, Law, Kid, and Killer right now, would he be able to actually attack a Big Mom, or would his principles prevent him from doing such thing? But I understand where people are coming from. Like, people are upset at the fact that, Sanji could defend himself against these women and he chooses not to because of his principle. He said, oh, yeah, I have a principle to maintain, and he just refuses to block attacks from women that may be attacking him. And I understand where he's coming from, but it's like, dude, sometimes you just gotta like defend yourself. And I think due to that, it gave the One Piece community a bad taste in their mouth. I think just the fact that he allows that kind of stuff to happen just doesn't sit right with a lot of people. But I mean, like I was saying, if you look past the woman part, but we focus on the highlights of Sanji. Like for example, when he first did his first blue walk on Fishman Island, and he stepped on the clouds, or when he saved what's her face, Punk Hazard against Virgo, and when he actually got his leg cracked, when he cracked his leg and he kept fighting, and that type of deal. And then when he tried to go up against Doflamingo, obviously that failed. But like just the fact that he's like Diablo Jambe, and he tried to go up against Doflamingo, that type of deal. Or when he went up against his father with no with no raid suit, and he was still almost able to top him. But I mean, obviously he took the L in the fight for various reasons. But yeah, I mean, it's so irritating how slept on Sanji is, and like you just people gotta really emphasize on his accomplishments. Like they look at the flaws instead of the accomplishments. Like the Straw Hats would have been dead 10 times over if it wasn't for him. So and I almost forgot like about the raid suit too, and how he used the raid suit on page 1, and the epic introduction, how he was able to go invisible, and use super speed, and all that stuff. Like basically, he got enhanced. So I don't know why I forgot to mention that, but it's just all these different things that Sanji has done, and it's just like why One Piece? Like I understand like the One Piece community and their little hate and everything. And they're like Sanji's gotta go. Now I understand what Oda's trying to do. Oda's trying to basically portray Sanji like as a person that should believe in the crew. He should have faith in the crew, and that's just not Sanji. Because if Sanji was that type of guy, the Straw Hats probably would have been dead 10 times over. Sanji is a guy, he loves his crew, but sometimes he got to do things on his own. He's got to go solo, and he's got to be able to go solo in order to help move the crew forward. Or maybe there's an obstacle in the crew's way and he has to go solo in order to remove that obstacle out of the way of the crew so that everyone can move forward. I do think those moments of his childhood were absolutely necessary, where he was starving as a kid, or when Chef lost his leg, or when he was bullied by his family for being imperfect. I think all of those were necessary, because not only did they show like the kind of man he is, but it also shows like why he is the way he is. Like when he fed that one dude who was like, "I'm so hungry, I need food," and he fed him, because Sanji understands what it means to be hungry, like truly hungry, like to the bone hungry, and he also understands compassion and love, and that's why he was willing, even though his family treated him like trash, he was willing to go neck and ear to go save his family. You know, mind you, this family basically disregarded him as a son or as a brother. They said, "You're not one of the Vinsmokes, you're not one of us," but he still went back against Big Mom and knowing what they were marching into to go save his family. And I don't know if you guys remember his entrance in the anime of like when he was smoking that cigarette and he was just standing on top of the table and he does like a Dama Jambe to the table to like break the candy that's encasing his whole family, and he just like standing in front of his father like, yeah, I'm that dude. Like like dude, that was just so epic. Like just like I don't even like I'm just, just thinking about the moment, it hypes me up because like it's just like moments like those that like really emphasize, you know, who Sanji is as a person. And I understand people are upset with what happened with the Black Maria, but that's just the way Sanji is. That's Sanji's character. Like he just refuses to attack a woman. Even like I wish his character would be like, okay, I won't attack a woman, but I'll defend myself against one. You know, not causing them harm, but like making sure I don't sustain damage in the meantime. But like Zoro, you know, unlike Sanji, Zoro just like, you know, he'll give him a warning, and then after that it's lights out. He doesn't care if you're man, woman, anything. He'll come after you like he did Monet on Punk Hazard. Monet thought he was like Sanji, he wouldn't come after her, so she was doing all her BS, and then Zoro was like, yeah, have you ever seen a fierce animal that you thought wouldn't bite, and then boom, she got sliced in half. Like, come on, man. Like, don't mess with Zoro. But anyways, yeah. With that being said, I just think that people just need to lay off Sanji, the slack of Sanji, and just give Sanji the props he deserves. You know, I just don't think he's getting the props he deserves. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.